it is I, your ASPL, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up a tent. And as you can see, we've arrived at the campsite. The number one thing to do is to get a torch. And then you would want to lay it out. And this could take some time because it is only I am only by myself, but you would usually have two people doing this. So basically, once you've gotten the tarp laid out, you then want to grab the tent. And that is signed out to you by the Corps Master or whoever is the acting Corps Master, and usually it does not have the knot in it. Just give me a minute. So now we got the tent ready to take out of the bag, so just do this, and then there it is. Usually these are not on it.
That is the new way. These are the new tents that will have straps.
Yeah. And usually you will not have wind blowing your tarp around. So now we got the tent out, and this is the stake bag. This is done after you've basically laid out the tent. The pole bag. Ah yes, this is very vital, because without poles, your tent will not stay up. So, oh crap. Mom, pause it.
All right.
So now we have the poles out of their bag. So now to get them separated, just like this.
How many sets do you have?
And we have two sets of poles, one for each diagonal direction. So after you've gotten the poles connected, one thing you never want to do with them, and I'm going to show you this just for purpose, is this. Yeah, you never want to do that because A, that bends the pole, and B, lightning could come and strike it if you were standing up in the middle of the night, or if it was raining. So now let me just do the other side.
Explain how you put them together.
Basically, how they go together, they literally just connect and slide.
Okay.
Yeah, the ends of some of the poles are smaller, so then they can literally just slide in. Like that. And now we move on. This is the bug net. You want to have that up in your tent in the summer degree weather because this will help keep your tent cool. And it will also keep bugs out. This is the rain fly. That literally keeps rain off your tent. And now, the fun parts. This is the actual tent itself. Granted, it does look a little different because it is one of our brand new tents. But that is basically what we are going to be having.
It's the same tent.
Yeah, same tent, just different color. So, this is what it looks like flat. And for me, what I usually like to do is to get the stake bag and go ahead and just stake the corners down, because that does actually make a difference. And you also got guideline. So let me just grab 4. Now, usually when we come into camp, we will have a mallet. For right now, it's just gonna be like this because I do not have a mallet out here with me. So let me just finish doing the sticks. And I am also staking the tarp down at the same time, because you do not want your tarp to fly away. Now let me just...
It may not go all the way.
Yeah. So, what you usually do if you do not have a mallet is use your foot to basically just push it in. And you do that for all 4 sides. Yeah, that's just a little tough because it's not that moist. So now what you want to do is lay the poles out across. Now I'm actually going to be doing this one at a time, and usually you'd have someone else on the other end holding the end in so you can get the pole.
Do not walk across the tent. Walk around the tent.
Yes. So now, once I got that guy up, I like to clip him in, because that basically secures the tent and allows you basically full access to doing whatever you want with the tent, and it helps you get the other side of the tent. And I am stepping inside the tent, not on the tent, to help get this up. So now let me just run around to the other side. Now, and I will also sometimes put my feet below the tarp to also help out if I do not want to actually touch or go onto the tent. Now, the reason why the tent is already basically formed is because A, you have one half of it up, but you also have the wind filling in the tent. And now which I'm going to be going through the bottom of this, because you had already put
Take it out and bring it back in.
because you already put the top in, so it makes sense to put the bottom in here. So just like that, go around to the other side, grab that, and then
Grab the peg.
grab the peg, stick it in, and it should stay in the ground. And now let me just do that. I literally just clipped it in, because both poles go in there. And now, to get the rest of the tent clipped. Now to the other side.
Once again, he has not stepped on the tent, he is under the tent.
Or I've stepped in the tent. Because trust me, you do not want to have to scrub the outside of the tent if you get dirt or anything on it. So now the base of the tent has been set up, and I will let the camera woman take a look inside and open up the windows. Yeah, it is not a huge tent, but it is a good size for what our troop uses. And now, if I just do this, she can literally sleep in the
You take
tent.
the camera.
She can literally sleep in the tent, because that is actually how long it is. And trust me,
And there's plenty of room for two.
yep, and storage. And now she is going to be coming up, and we will be putting on the other part of the tent.
Oh, wait a minute, I got my hand.
Which I call the fun part. So now we put the rainfly on. Now you see these zippers here?
Yep.
Those are your poles. Your poles. Those are your doors. That's where the doors go.
Make sure you put it so Alps Mountaineering is out.
I know. You don't mind grabbing the other corner? I think it's over
Oh.
here.
Wrong corner.
Yeah, wait. Hold on. We actually need this corner. So now, we go for a run. To get basically the rainfly on the right side, and to basically make sure that the tent doors are on the right side. And now to clip it in.
Explain the what the clips are for.
Basically, they are to secure the rainfly from flying away. Because if you don't, it will literally just fly off in the middle of the night when you're not expecting it. And then you will have to replace it. And that costs money. one is clipped in. And now you may think, how are you going to get out of it like this? This is where these come in handy. You see this? This is literally the tent, and you stick the stake in here. And you always want to put it at an angle. So now, since we've gotten that staked, let me just
Do you have to stake both sides?
No, you do not have to stake both of these. So, let me just unzip this. And now, you can go into your tent.
Because the door
Is on both sides.
is right here, and you've got another entrance.
And you always want to take your shoes off before entering, because then you will literally get mud and whatever you've been in on inside the tent, and then you will have to scrub it out, because each scout will have their own tent
For this outing.
for this outing. So let me just zip that guy back up, take another stake, and do the other side. Now for me, I like doing it how it's basically the same on each side, but it's the opposite. So I will go into this hole right here.
The one on the right.
So then I get that guy in, and then he will be able to do the same thing. And whenever you are leaving camp to go do anything or going to bed, you always want to make sure that this is zipped up, because you do not want a wet bed or inside of a tent in the morning. So now, the guidelines, which may take some time. So we have gotten the guidelines basically untangled because they were all connected. And what they are used for is basically securing and making sure that your wall of the rainfly is out. And let me just get this through. Yeah, you will have to do this on the new tents. So now it's through, I'm going to knot it, because I do not want that coming off, and I know I did a granny knot, not a square knot. So what they are used for is doing this. Literally making it so that if you end up having rain, it does not end up coming down and going underneath your tent. So here you would want to basically pull it out, not all the way out. I mean, usually it'd be like this far out, and you would want to, thank you, and you would want to stake it, but also tie this guy in.
Use one of your knots.
Yeah, I usually just do a square knot. but any nut works. So now that's kind of what I was going for. So now if I pull this big old loop,
Once again, he is angling
the stake in.
stake.
So now this is shorter, but tighter. So then rain will go straight off, not down and in. And you'd also want to do that for the other side.
Remember to take a stake with you, and you don't have to go back.
Yeah, and this can be tedious because you do have to basically thread the rope through.
Are they normally done?
Yeah. And on the old tents, they are already threaded through. So now let me just tie that guy off. So now that guy is tied. It basically does the same thing as the other side. Now, let me just tie that guy. Now, I take the stake, angle it, and now your tent is now complete. Now what our troop does is,
Bug fly.
when it rains, we put these in to basically help get air circulation and to also help with the water. Because, like I said before, you do not want a wet tent in the morning. Now let me just get this guy in. And it literally just props up and there's Velcro here. So you can just attach it. So now, let's go back inside to put up the bug net.
Okay, hang on. Show him how to pop it open. Tie it open.
Okay, so to tie it open, you literally want to roll the door. Because on this side here, there's a little loop. And you want to pull that, so then this guy can go through. Just like with the tarps or sticking the tent. So now let me just take my shoes off. Sorry. Come in. And now, all four of these corners up here goes the bug net. Ah, crap.
What's your language?
I am.
Now, does this bug net stay on when you take your your tent down.
Yes, it does.
So only on a brand new tent would you have to put your bug net up.
Yep, or with the old ones, the bug nets do not reach. And now if you want, you can also have this door like this, or you can also tie it off. Hold on. Just like this. So now your door is held open, so you can leave anytime you want. So now let me just take that guy out, because we are going to be exiting the tent and then taking down the tent. Mind pausing?